If carrying around a big 2-burner stove isn't right for you, you may want to check out the item we're going to look at today. This is the Winkiza folding 2-burner propane stove with a grill attachment. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So I did want to take a look at this today. I'm going to start the video off by letting you know this thing is expensive. This is $170, but for somebody who's looking to save space, it might be something you're interested in because it folds up so much smaller and you don't have to carry around a big, huge Coleman 2-burner stove when car camping or out overlanding or whatever. It's also a really cool little accessory for a small space where you might be prepping and you don't have a lot of room to store stuff. So we're going to take the hose off here. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like inside, and once we get it open, and how this little grill attachment works. Now, there is nowhere to store this grill inside of the unit itself, so you will have to carry it separately. I suppose you get some kind of case. On the site, it said it came with a carry case. It does not. You know, but for $170, you think they could have sprung for a carry case. I will say the thing is built like a tank. It's built very, very well. This thing will outlast most of us. I mean, it's a heavy-duty, decent little item. So let's open it up and take a look inside. Now, while they don't give you a place for your grill attachment, I do like the fact that it's got one. We're going to try that out and see how well it works. I got it upside down here, but pretty much that's how it goes. Open it up, unfold it. I got to turn it around. You have 2 metal grates on it, okay? You got your grates here and here. They will go in upside down when you store it. So you can put that one there and that one there, and you're ready to go. Now you'll notice on the bottom of the grill, it's got these little attachments for the grill pieces. See if I can get it on there, right? There we go. So you got one side you can grill on. I want to make sure I'm on right because it doesn't feel like I am. Oh, that's why. Okay. I'm officially a dummy. There we go. I was putting it on the wrong way. So you got one side with a grill over here you can grill stuff on, and one side with a burner where you can cook stuff. We're going to try and use both of these today. We're going to make up some food with it. But you do have piezo igniters in each stove and a controller for each stove. You got your little connector here for a 1-pound tank. We're going to be using our refillable 1-pound tanks here. And it goes in on, I believe, that side over there. So let's get the tank connected, and I'll show you how that connects. All right, so you got the tank connected here. And this will work with any 1-pound propane tank, or if you have adapters, pretty much anything else. And stick that in there and just screw it in. The connection between the two of these is a kind of a metal type connection with some plastic over the middle. So a rubberized kind of tube. So it is up for multiple opens and closes and such. Let's roll it around here and show you the whole getup. So let me give you the measurements on it really quickly. The whole length of this is 21.6 inches. This way sideways is 8.27. Your grill top here is going to be 6.8 by 7.6, and do remember that, because I made myself look silly by trying to put this on that way, and it doesn't fit. So each little thing snaps into the leg of each little side there. Your hose on there is 21.26 inches, so you can get that a good bit away. I'm trying to keep it in camera for you to see, but when we start it, we're going to move it away, because of course we don't want it too close. And that's about it. So it is a little bit smaller than your average Coleman 2-burner stove. Now, yeah, you can go out and buy a $20 one that has 2 burners on it, much cheaper. Like I said, this is $170, so it's not cheap, but it is very, very well made. The finish on it is very well, very scratch resistant. I thought putting these upside down in here and carrying this around a little bit was eventually going to scratch it. It didn't at all. There's not even a single scratch on it. So it's also going to be very easy to clean up. It's kind of that slippery surface that will clean up very nicely. So to turn it on, real simple. There you go. And you're going. So we're going to try something different today. I'm going to get some food out here, and we're going to grill up some steak and some tortellini with red sauce and see how we like how this thing works. So really quickly, I want to show you what we're using today, and I'm doing this kind of like, you know, like as if it'd be an emergency and I'd be cooking this stuff at my home. I've got the freeze-dried filet mignon. We were actually going to try that. I don't believe I've cooked that in any videos yet. I know I showed it, but I don't know if I cooked any. So we're going to try it out, and I have some hydrated right over here. Okay. We've got the cheese tortellini, freeze-dried cheese tortellini. The tomato powder, I have bunches more, but I just used up this, got a little bit left. And that's all set. I did put a little bit of Italian spice in it. We have some onions for the steak and some Parmesan cheese for the cheese tortellini. And some diced up onions. Yeah, I got those over here. Okay, and the Parmesan cheese, I'll just stick it in there. So let me get the cooking utensils set up. Let me get some butter on that grill back there and move this food out of the way so you can actually see what I'm doing. And let's get started. All right, so I did start to melt some of that. I am going to fire this back up. Go. There we go. Now, the tortellinis, you just put water in them, let them sit for 20 minutes or so. I'm doing this kind of just to heat them up. It does help to hydrate them too in a little bit of water. You don't need to go nuts with it. When that's done, I'm going to strain it and put the sauce in. I'm going to put the steak on. I am melting some butter on the thing here so as to make sure that won't stick. And we're going to season the steak a little bit. I have a little salt and pepper. That's about it. Just want to taste what the steak tastes like. So I'm going to try this grill out and see how well it does. So, all in all, I'm pretty impressed with the size of this thing. You know, when you break it down, it's very, very small, very convenient to carry. And I'm thinking like, you know, overlanding or car camping, maybe a bug-out vehicle, maybe if you do van life and you live in a tiny little van, something like that might be really handy. Again, there's the price, but, you know, you pay for the convenience of the size. So, let's give this a few minutes to heat up here and bring you back and let you know what I think of it. All right, couldn't let you miss putting the steaks on. There you go. And I have actually tried this. I just haven't done it on camera. And it's amazing. I mean, you don't believe that something could taste like filet mignon, but you have to freeze frying it. So I got a little bit of steam going over here. And I figured this will be fine. You know, I'm not going to do a boil test on this. We know these things work fairly well. The total between the two of them is 1,600 total BTUs between the two. So it's 8 and 8. And I really like the push button igniter. You don't have to reach under there with matches or anything like that. So let me clean up my mess here. Throw in a couple little onions on the steaks. And let them cook. And by the way, these freeze-dried onions are very, very handy for stuff like this. I'm just going to push them in there and let them kind of soak in the flavor. Bring you back when we're halfway there. All right, I just flipped the steaks. They're looking good. That's looking ready to go. So we're going to strain this and bring you back with the sauce on it. Let you see what that looks like. The steaks cook very quickly, so won't be much longer for them. And we'll try this out and see how well this works in a practical cooking environment. So I'm pretty sure the steaks are pretty much done. They don't take long to cook. We're going to dump in the freeze-dry wholesaler tomato sauce in there. And I will caution you with the freeze-dry wholesaler tomato sauce. You do not need a lot. A small amount mixed in with water goes a very long way. If you're not careful when you do this, what you'll end up with is a ton of extra sauce. Okay, let's take these steaks off here. There we go. Look at that. This seemed most of my onions kind of burned to the top. That's okay. We'll toss them on there anyway. They look good. All right. Let's get that. Let's not pick that up with our hands. And mix it around in there. Got to try one of these. Good stuff. All right. There we go. You got yourself a gourmet dinner out in the middle of nowhere during emergencies or disasters, and you're pretty much ready to eat whatever you want, whenever you want it. Let me point the camera down there for you. Let you see what our end result is. Let's take a taste of this steak here. Let me get over here and get a good piece. Perfect. I think I overcooked it a little bit, but not too bad. It's still a little pink inside. Get the fat off the end there. Let's try it out. Just like butter. It's amazing how he can do that. That is just awesome. So I guess I made my lunch for today. Not every day I get to have filet mignon for lunch with cheese tortellini. I did forget to put a little stuff on it. A little Parmesan cheese. Put that on there. No, I'm impressed with the grill. I mean, the stove and grill work very, very well. No issues with that. The only issue I really have is the price. Just think it's a little on the pricey side. But again, you're paying for convenience and size. You're not really paying for what it is. Now, what we're going to do is clean it up. I'm going to show you how it folds back up. And we're going to have some lunch. And I'll bring you back once we're done. And we'll fold this thing back up. So everything is cooled down except for the griddle. So I'm going to leave that off. And I kind of have it sitting on the floor there. I did rinse it off, but it's still a little warm. I don't believe it's cast iron, so I just put some water on it and rinsed off the stuff that was stuck and it fell right off. So it is somewhat non-stick. I'm going to turn this around real quick and show you how we're going to put this apart, take it apart. And again, using this indoors, please be careful. Please have adequate ventilation. This isn't something you probably want to use indoors unless you have ventilation. I have my side door open on the other side, so it's okay here. I'll be fine. Just to make sure. Okay, these are cool. I'll flip this over. Take this one and place it right in there. And you can give it a wipe off if there's anything dirty. Wasn't too bad. And pretty much all you're going to do is just close the top down on the bottom like that. And there you are. And you're just going to snap it closed and you're done. So your last step is going to be just simply clamping it down. And there you go. Now I would wait a little bit. This is a heavy stove. It's a bigger kind of stove. So it's going to stay warm longer. There is a Coleman version of this. There used to be, at least, that had 2 burners. That was in the same price range. I believe probably what makes them expensive is the fact that they have to get all that stuff so it folds and doesn't leak propane and make a mess. But it's definitely well made. I mean, it doesn't feel cheap at all, and you can see by its construction, it's pretty darn well put together. So all in all, definitely a cool little thing. Just be prepared to pay for it if you want something like that. I have really no issues paying for it because I wanted to try it out and have something a little smaller out here for when I cook for you guys on video. So I think it was a little bit easier for me to justify spending that. But again, if that's too much for you, I understand. Believe me, I get it. Anyway, that is the Winkiza folding 2-burner propane stove with the grill. I will pick the grill up here. Let me show you. It's still a little warm, but not bad. And that is the grill. And again, it does not have a place for it to go. I kind of wish they did give you a bag with this. It would have been nice if they'd given you a bag to put everything in, but they didn't. So be it. I mean, I can get myself a bag at the Goodwill or thrift store or somewhere and use that as my portable grill bag. But all in all, I like it. It's an awesome little thing. This will come with the stove, of course. Your griddle pan, your 2 grates inside, the gas tube, and a user manual. The user manual is pretty basic, but basically filled with a whole lot of safety instructions and how to use it and all that. So all in all, neat little system. It is a very cool system, just a little bit on the pricey side. But for those of you looking for a purpose with it, like me, being able to use this out here and not have to bring out a big Coleman stove that takes up a whole desk, I love the thing. I mean, for me, it's very convenient. Now, if you're interested in the food I use, you can check my link down below, the freeze-dried wholesaler link. They have everything. Cheeseburgers, hamburgers, freeze-dried cheese, freeze-dried sausage, everything you can name down there. It's all individual ingredients. You cook it on your own. It's not like Mountain House where you pour some water in and you eat whatever Mountain House decides to put in the bag. You make this stuff yourself. It's home-cooked food. Very good. No preservatives in it. No junk. No filler. Some of it's gluten-free, some of it's dairy-free. It's good stuff, all in all. So definitely check them out. My link's going to save you 15%. There will be a link for this stove, too, as well down there. This is also in my Amazon store, but if you're not interested in my Amazon store for what's in it, you can just click that link and help support the channel just by using the link to shop on Amazon. Bookmark the link, use it to shop on Amazon. Just use the search bar on top. And really helps us out. Doesn't cost you anything. Also, we have our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. We have our 3-month kit up there this month. Some major savings on it. We also, if you're not interested in what's on my splash page, the main page there, you can click the logo up top above my picture, and you go into the main site, and you can see all the other stuff that My Patriot Supply has. Lots of good stuff there. All in all, I love it. So check it out at preparewithiridium.com. And of course, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Don't forget about Thrive either. I thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.